It's like the characteristics and the personalities of a group of people.
I think culture is everything around us.
Customs and traditions, depending on the region in which you're.
I think culture just defines us as humans. I think there's subcultures as well. I just think everyone has a different culture. Really, I think it's interesting. It's a social thing.
I believe culture encapsulates life. It's pretty much there behind us, everything we do in life, like what we wear, what we eat, our manners, how we interact with people. But the interesting thing about culture is I feel that you abide by your own culture, but you can experience everyone else's culture.
Sir Edward Tyler was one of the first men to develop a sufficient definition of culture. Culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, arts, morals, law, custom, and any other capabilities and habits acquired by men as a member of society. Enculturation is a process by which a child learns his or her culture. This defines an individual's world, emotions, judgments, perceptions, and behaviours. It is possible that nearly all of you sitting watching this film feel that you are a unique individual in society. But how much does your cultural background really influence your thoughts and decisions in everyday life? As a culture, we learn how to talk, walk, and act in a particular way. Almost every day, people walk around in public and have conversations with friends, family, and peers. Most people are unaware that keeping a particular distance from someone whilst walking and talking is a cultural aspect. No one has ever been told how far to stand away from someone. It is a common process that is learnt through observation and experience throughout life. Cultural learning is not just unique to the human species, but to animals as well. Animals can also learn through experience and observation. Animals such as wolves, apes, monkeys and chimpanzees also have the ability to learn from their groups. Wolves learn through watching and observing how other wolves hunt for food.
Humans are the only species to have the unique ability to think symbolically, which is crucial to cultural learning. 1950s anthropologist Leslie White believed culture depends and exists because of symbolism. A symbol is something verbal or non-verbal that has no necessary or natural connection to the thing it represents. Symbolism seems most obvious in our spoken and written language. For example, there is no connection between this animal and the word dog, inu, chien, or perro. However, while this might seem obvious, body language is also symbolic. Not every culture nods their head for yes. We all greet in different ways, and the common handshake has many different purposes across the globe. Everybody get up. Culture is all-encompassing. It includes every little thing, from architecture and fine arts to elements of pop culture such as fast food, sport and celebrities.
If you can't hear what I'm trying to say, if you can't read from the same page, maybe I'm going deaf, maybe I'm going blind, maybe I'm out of my.
For a thing, idea or behaviour to qualify as being cultural, it must have a meaning shared by most people in society. Beliefs, values, practices, games and memories are shared by people growing up in the same culture.
That's why I'm gonna take you good girls. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. Good girl. Can't let it get past me. We're far from plastic. Talking about getting blasted. Red lights. I know you want it. I know you want it. I know you want it. But you're a good girl. The way you.
One of the strangest things about culture is that it takes our basic drives and determines how we will express them. Culture affects our sleeping, eating, sexual, and waste expelling habits. Eating is one of our most essential urges. However, culture determines what we eat, how we eat it, when we eat it, and who we eat it with, even why we eat it.
Eating practices vary largely between cultures. In Argentina, they eat dinner at 10 p.m. In Australia, it is around 6:30. For breakfast, I eat milk and dried cereal, while other cultures may dine on rice and fish. Christians have bread and wine to symbolize the body and blood of Christ, while many Muslims observe the annual months of Ramadan, which requires fasting from dawn till dusk for 29 till 30 days.
Human diversity and time and space can be distinguished by universality, generality, and particularity. Certain biological, psychological, social, and cultural features are universal. That is, they are found in every culture. Universal traits more or less distinguish Homo sapiens from other species. Others are merely generalities, meaning they are common to several but not all human groups. These are regularities that occur in different times and places, but not among all cultures. Other traits are particularities, that is, they are distinctive or unique to certain cultural traditions. Particularity is becoming rarer, although differences in culture emphasize different things.
Cultures are integrated and patterned differently and display tremendous variation and diversity. Cultural rules provide guidance about what to do and how to do it, but people don't always do what rules say should be done. This is known as individual agency in practice. Individuals use their culture actively and creatively as they interpret, learn, and manipulate rules in different ways or emphasize on those that suit their interests. There are 3 levels of culture: national, international, and subculture. National culture refers to cultural features that are shared by citizens of the same nation. International culture are traits that can be spread by diffusion or through borrowing from one group to another. Subcultures are different cultural traditions associated with subgroups in the same nation. For example, in a large nation, subcultures originate in region, ethnicity, language, class, and religion. Ethnocentrism is a tendency to view one's culture as superior and to use one's own standards and values in judging outsiders. Human rights are rights based on justice and morality beyond and superior to particular countries, cultures, and religions. Cultural rights are rights vested in religious and ethnic minorities and indigenous societies. So how and why do cultures change? Diffusion, migration, and colonialism have carried cultural traits and patterns to different world areas. Mechanisms of cultural change include diffusion, acculturation, and independent invention. Globalization describes a series of processes that promote change in a world in which nations and people are interlinked and mutually dependent.
Think about the generations and to say we want to make it a better place for our children and our children's children so that they know it's a better world.
Fly so high, let our spirits never